Hello, I'm Toby, and I'm going to play my implementation of 300 Earth and Water. Um, it's not done at the moment, but it's like playable enough to showcase it. So I guess let's go. So I'm playing as Persia at the moment, and well, the first part of it is buying cards, right? Um, so this video is not really meant as like playing the game like very in depth, but it's more like a hey, this is how it looks. So it's more like a showcase. Right. Yep. However, what I normally do in the game is I start the as Persia. I usually start with 3 cards, and depending on what I draw, I will either then build the bridge or I will build ships in Ephesus. Ephesus. I still haven't looked how it's pronounced, and like put a few troops in Abydos so that in the next turn I will build a bridge. And I think 3 cards is perfect for that. Um, yeah. So the first round is already over because I drew the sudden death of the Great King card. So so if you draw some of those tribute of Earth and Water cards, where you basically get free units, that is always very useful to then like place them here in some of the cities on the Greek side, and then you kind of get a buffer between the bridge, so then you can build the bridge next turn. Um, I did not get any of that, so this one gives me a bit of an advantage when attacking, which could be useful. This one doesn't give me anything at the moment, and this one wants me to win a battle. I could combine that with the Immortals card, but I think I go for the ships. So I buy 2 ships. I can only buy 2 ships, and uh, this is usually how I started. So as you can see, unlike the original game, which used cubes for units and discs for ships, I have like actual units and ships, um, which makes the menu in the bottom right and top left a bit stupid because they still show cubes and discs, and I have to change that. But yeah, this is very low on my list of priorities. So it's my turn now. Something you might have realized if you know the game. Given that I'm playing Persia, I uh, switched top and bottom on the card. So the top side is now Persia and the bottom is Greek. Usually this is the other way around, but like for this view, this is like a lot more useful if like my part of the card is shown. Um, so yeah, I have 3 cards and the opponent has 3 cards. Um, so I just have to check what they actually did. So they built 2 more units in Athens and 1 more in Sparta, and they bought 3 cards. Mm, I mean, I could pass and hope that they don't pass as well. So the thing is, if you don't really know the game, if we both pass in succession, then the round is over, and the Greek player can keep up to 4 cards, and I can only keep 1 card. And keeping that card actually costs me 2 gold for the next round, so it's almost always a bit annoying passing as the Persian player because like if the Greek now passes, you basically have to throw cards away, and they don't. So I'd rather not pass. I mean, I can't do anything here, so the only thing I really can do is moving out with ships. So I can do like basically 3 things. I can either like I can do 4 things. I mean, I could attack them, but that's probably a waste. I could go to one of the isles. Which one doesn't matter because they act the same. Or I could attack one of those two. And probably if I do that, they will then come with their Athens armies and annoy me there. So I guess I start with an island. And now I have to throw a card away. Like I said, the Acropolis on fire is basically useless at the moment. So I just throw that away. So at the top it says thinking, and sometimes like you see it comes from the top and then it says thinking. Um, the AI is not very good at the moment, and it kind of does several things in a row. So, like for example, it decides if it wants to do a land movement or naval movement, and when it does a movement, it will have to decide where do I actually start the movement, where do I end the movement, how many ships do I use, how many units do I move, and all those like distinct decisions it has to take. So every time it does a decision, the thinking text from the top uh, appears again. Originally, it just said what it does, but the AI already starts thinking while the animations still run, and so sometimes you saw basically a spoiler in the thinking text. Um, and so I just replaced it with the word thinking for now. Okay, so they managed to actually attack my ship here and destroy. This means, even though they didn't bring any troops in here, which I think is, oh, they did, right? I was talking. So they did bring a unit from Athens to here. Mm, so they probably thought they would win the fight. However, my unit will now die uh, at the end of the round because it would have needed a ship to it's like for supply reasons. So I could move a ship to Athens and block the port of Athens for the future. The thing with the game is some of the decisions you can take are very swingy. Um, like if I would attack the port of Sparta and actually manage to destroy the ship, that would be very powerful. If I don't manage it, then I would lose my ships. That would be really bad. Um, so I'm not sure if it's worth it. So how aggressive I want to be. Um, so again, if you don't know the game, I mean, I don't know why you would watch the video, but if you don't know the game, um, so fighting always means both sides throw dice for the number of units they have or the number of ships they have, which is capped at 3 maximum. And the Persians, however, they capped their die roll to 4, whereas the Greeks don't do that. And then you just compare like who has the highest die result, and they win the combat round. Um, so as the Persians, you lose so many troops because your troops are just weaker. Um, yeah, I still don't quite know what to do. Um, like I said, I could try to destroy that ship, but that would be kind of a gamble. Like I said, because the Persian troops are always weaker. Attacking that ship isn't safe. Like even if I attack with both of them, I assume that at least one of my ships dies. Mm. And moving out, I mean, I can move out here. And probably I will get attacked by either Athens. Probably not by Athens, but more like Sparta. And let's move on. Oh, what I could have done is I could have moved both ships so I could transport 2 units, and then I could, when they attack me, play the Immortals. So the opponent is not playing Evangelion. Again, I don't know how to pronounce that. Um, which basically means if they win the fight, they gain a victory point. Um, here's a bit of a debate in the original rules. So the Immortals card, um, it's not quite sure if the Immortals should continue the fight or start a new fight, because like one version says this and one version says the other thing. I like this means if I play the Immortals, the Evangelion has not triggered yet, whereas the other version says it should have triggered. I decided the Immortals would continue the fight. I don't play it though, so they get their victory point for the card they play. So it's my turn. Like I said, right? If I now move another ship with another unit to Pella, probably they will destroy my unit there as well. Um, I really don't know what to do. I think I just get this one and hope that they don't attack that ship as well. They probably will walk to Pella or maybe to Larissa to get another town for the scoring phase. Um, I have to say I really got bad cards. Usually I get better cards at the beginning, and then it's a bit easier, I feel. So as you might have seen, the round ended. It doesn't really say so like, hey, this is the supply phase and the scoring phase, whatever. So at the moment it just happens, and my unit here died because it was not under supply. Um, so I still don't have the bridge. The bridge costs 6 of my 12 gold. That's very expensive. I would love to build more ships. However, ships cost 2 apiece. So if I build 2 ships, I can only build up to 2 ships per round. That would be 4 gold plus 6 gold for the bridge. That would only leave me with 2 gold for 2 cards. 2 cards are not many. Um, mm, so I could like I have to think about which of those goals is less important or more important to me at the moment. I could ignore the bridge, build more ships, but then the question is, what do I do with the units? I mean, I could use the units in the future and just have them here. I could build the bridge and not build ships, but not having many ships is also bad. Um, or I could say, well, I don't have many cards, I just live with that. I go with the 2 cards. I'm not happy about that. Oh, they're not good cards. Oh boy. So let's buy the bridge and 2 ships, which keeps Ephesus way too under defended. That was bad. Right? Like I said, I don't want to make this super tactical or strategical, whatever. It's more a showcase of my implementation. Um, so we have to wait a bit. Um, the board game says it takes 40 minutes. That obviously includes both players being human and having to think, whereas this time it's only me having to think. And this should kind of cut it in half. I don't see it now. I think the fastest game I had was like 6 minutes or something where I actually thought about and also won. Um, yeah. Oh, they didn't buy any card. So Defection of Thebes is always really cool because you can just get rid of those guys and um, my own guys in there. And because I have a ship here, it's already under supply. Um, However, I do have to live with the reality of them having way too many like cities. So Sparta and Athens give 2 victory points, so 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 victory points, and I only have 2, 4, 5 at the moment. If I play the Defection of Thebes and move those away, then it's 6, 6, and they're already like they already have 3 points. Um, the good thing is if I play Defection of Thebes and I get rid of those, they will probably like move to Athens. Those 4 will die because they're not under supply. That is really good. Um, I could potentially think about moving with 2 ships and a unit into here and hoping that I win that. However, that doesn't take any unit, like that doesn't take any victory points away from them. I could gamble with Athens, but like the maximum number of ships I can bring in there are 2, which means 2 units. If I lose a ship, which is very likely, I'm down to 1 unit, and 1 unit against 1 unit is kind of suicide as the Persians. Even 2 units against 1 is very, well, I don't know, they're very aggressive because it often fails. Um, I could just pass. I mean, I could keep this card for next round and then discard one of the opponent's cards. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. I mean, if I want to attack Athens, I have to do that before playing Defection of Thebes. Yeah, I don't see me attacking it. I attack this one. And the 1 unit is enough because I don't actually do a land fight. So, oh, I won. Okay, that was lucky. Um, okay, now I played this one. Oh, they didn't move to Athens. That's weird. Okay. Um, oh, now the opponent has to remove units due to supply reasons. And you see that my AI is not good because, um, like I said, it would lose those 4 anyway, which means it could have kept all the other ones. And it didn't get that. So it removed 1 in Sparta, which was totally unnecessary if you remove those in Pella anyway in the future. Um, right, like I said, my AI is currently under construction. Currently is actually paused because I did UI the past few days. Now that my UI is, in my opinion, good enough for now, I will now go again to the AI tasks. So I gained 2 points compared to Greece, and I probably can win this now. So now, given that I have a bridge, I have more ships, I have more units, I can just buy a lot of stuff. I don't have to buy the bridge. Um, yeah, let's go with 4 cards. So the Royal Road would give me 3 more units in either of those. Um, This one I can basically use to stall. Cavalry of Mardonius is very powerful, and you basically, like I said, my dice are normally capped at 4, which is not always true if you attack in like Asia, if you fight in Asia. So like in my side of the world, it's capped at 5, so it's still weaker than the Greeks, but not that much weaker. But here you ignore that. And there is a card the opponent could have, uh, which is called Pausanias, um, like another historical dude. Um, and he will just cancel out that effect. I can still do the attack, but he cancels the effect out. Tribute of Earth and Water essentially gives me 1 unit for free. So I really like ships. I really like ships. So normally I buy ships in my home ports. If I would buy these ships here, I could have like the biggest possible fleet. However, I need to keep one of my ports with ships because like if the opponent controls both of my ports, I can't supply other units with ships, and so my two island dudes would die. So let's just put them here, and I bolster that one in case they want to attack here, and I think the rest I put into Abydos. If you're actually watching this and you're still watching this, I would be very happy if you write comments and whatever, thumbs up. Does YouTube still have thumbs up? I think. No, it has likes. Oh boy, thumbs up have been in the past. Um, so what should I do? I don't really need the Royal Road. I have enough troops, I think. They bought 5 cards. Probably the thing is, if the AI realizes it will kind of lose. Like, if every action loses, there's no real incentive to not be totally stupid. Um, so I could use the cavalry of Mardonius and attack either of those two. Um, so here's a question, in case you know the game and you're still watching. If I now attack with those units, I can move up here and move into either Athens or Corinthos, Corinth, whatever, and I attack there, can I then retreat? Because the rules are not quite clear on that. Because they say I have to retreat to the adjacent position I came from, which I am controlling. So does it mean I have to, like, this position here should be adjacent, which it isn't, so I can't retreat? Or does it mean, hey, I walked through this city and it's adjacent and I control it, so I can retreat there? I'm not sure, and I don't know. Like I said, the rules aren't 100% clear to me at that point. So if you know it, write it into the comments. Yay. Um, okay. So the thing with the cavalry of Mardonius is the opponent could just flee into Sparta if I attack them. And then they have 2 units here with 2 ships. And then they could, I don't know, for example, go to Ephesus. I could prevent that with the Royal Road before. Oh, I have an idea. Haha. So one weird thing about the game is, because it's obviously not realistic, if I attack now with them here into Corinth, do you actually see my mouse? Yes, I think so. So if I would attack them here, they could still flee to Athens, which is into the direction I'm attacking. That's a bit dumb. Okay, so they attack Thebes. Now do I? Well, I just attack with everyone here without the cavalry of Mardonius. I think I keep that for potentially attacking Corinth. I also don't play the Royal Road because I don't want to waste an action. I think I could have. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! This is bad. So the opponent played Miltiades. If you know a bit about Greek history, Miltiades was the one who won the battle at Marathon, if I'm not mistaken. So if you watch the 300 The Rise of Athens movie, then they say, hey, Themistocles won that battle, which is not the case. It was Miltiades. Yeah, so I have now lost 7 units in that one fight, 6 of my 7 units in that one fight. And now the pontoon bridge here is like undefended. Oh no. It was so bad. And this guy will die anyway. I should have just just put units in those cities and then I would have easily won. Yeah, but I messed it up because I was too greedy. I mean, I could move units from here into Larissa, Pella, whatever. I mean, I could attack with 2 guys into here with the cavalry of Mardonius. That sounds like suicide. They're really... Come on. I throw away the cavalry of Mardonius, which is my best card. Right? I said I don't think about the game too much. And that was a mistake. Oh no. Oh, I hate this game. I hate this game so much. No. What? So, one point of the game, the AI really likes retreating with ships. I've played I don't know how many games, and the AI really loves retreating with ships. So if they would stayed here, they would have killed my other ship, um, which would have been great. I don't know why they didn't do that. So the obvious move now is taking a ship and a dude, which I can only take here, and move into Athens. Um, oh no, oh no, they still have a move left. Wait, they still have a move left. They could actually attack Athens. So because like if they wouldn't have a move left, I could just walk in there and like prevent them from getting the 2 points. So at the moment they get those like 1, 2, 3, 4 points, but my unit in Sparta will die because it lacks supply. Therefore, they will actually get the points there as well. So it's 2, 4, 5, 6 points. I at the moment have 2, 4, 5, also 6 points. I could move a ship from here to here. That would bring the points back. Oh, they had triremes. I did not realize that. Why didn't... So with triremes you can attack twice with ships. Why didn't they do that? Why didn't they attack again? So I could either move my unit to Pella to get 1 extra point, or I could move a ship to Naxos and get an extra point. What's the better thing to do? my ship here, well, keeps my ship here next turn. But here I have a unit. Whatever. I guess they will attack me again with the ships, which I could have done last turn if they just did retreat. Oh, that was lucky. Haha, that was lucky. So now it's a draw at the moment. Um, only one of the Persian kings has died as of yet. So, and I didn't check what has been played. I think it hasn't been. So the potential is there that I will draw the sudden death of the great king again, and the king dies, and then the game ends in a draw. The thing is, do I want? I mean, I could kind of force it when, like, if I just draw many cards and then it, like, if I then would draw it, then it's a draw. But I could potentially try to not draw it by specifically buying a few cards only. So at the moment, I get 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 points, and they only get 2, 4, 5, 6 points. So I have the advantage. Let's go with 3 cards. Little spoiler, the game just stops when it's done, right? There's no game over, or you win, you lose. It just stops. So I have the Immortals. That's good. Here's, by the way, Themistocles. It's very old, unlike in the movie. Um, there's also Artemisia, who historically basically is a nobody. Um, I can get. I should kind of defend my hometowns. If I lose those, the game is probably lost. Oh, those I should have probably put one more into Abydos and one less to Ephesus. So here's the thing. Now you could think, hey, play the Great King, which gives me a victory point if I win the fight. Then walk into Thebes, lose your units, play the Immortals to continue the fight, and then not only did you destroy those units, but you also gain the victory point. However, even if I play the Immortals, which basically means I have 6 units to fight with against 4, I will lose that. Wait, I could even use those 3 units instead of those 3 units. I could get rid of a card of the opponent. Do I want to do that? I could look at their cards. I mean, honestly, maybe. Let's do it. Here's Pausanias. I have mentioned earlier. It's a counter card to Cavalry of Mardonius. So this card cancels the tribute of Earth and Water. I don't care about that because I don't have a tribute of Earth and Water in my hand. I should throw away this card. Not only because the other two are reaction cards to cards I don't have in my hand, but this one is really good because they would probably have played that now, fought against Larissa, won that easily, and got a victory point out of that. And at the moment it's a draw, and that would have been really bad. So let's get rid of this one. Not only did I get rid of one of the cards, oh wow, I want to fight. No, no. I have got rid of one of the cards, which means I am now the last person to play a card. Before we had the same amount of cards, so they would have been the last player to play a card. I could attack with 3 units. The Larissa guy with Great King. and then. Oh, by the way, like you still right because I was allowed to look into the hand. I still see the card. I'm not sure if I should like turn it upside down, which would be more realistic if the opponent has it in their hand. But I don't know. But this is dumb. Now I see the bottom part, which, by the way, is kind of cool because I can read the text they can use because like their part is the bottom part. So I attack them now with the Great King, which will give me a victory point if I win that fight. I'm not sure if that will happen. It won't. Yeah. So the thinking was a bit. Oh, it happened. Okay. So I basically already won. So at the moment, I would get 2 victory points here, 2 here, so it's 4, 5, 6 victory points, and the opponent would get 2, 4, 5, also 6 victory points. However, I'm leading by 1, so I would win. However, I can either move a unit here that would give me another victory point, so I would win by 2 points, or the obvious thing, I can now move to either Athens or Sparta. It's cooler to attack Athens for whatever reason. Wait, this gives me now 2 points more and them 2 points less, which is a difference of 4 points. Now it looks like I have won, like insanely good. Oh, right, but it was a last round victory. So that's 35 minutes roughly. Um, didn't I say I should cut the 40 minutes in half by being just one person? Whatever. So in case you actually watched that, I'm very happy that you did. Thank you very much. So that was my implementation of 300 Earth and Water by originally by Bonsai Games, and the cool graphics version is by Nuts Publishing. So thank you for watching, and maybe we see, or I see you, or you see me probably in another video of mine for either this game when it's even better or for a future game. Bye.